here UFC 278 on I called it. Called Leon Edwards on UFC welterweight champion. Leon Kamaru Usman, second man to take Kamaru Usman down, but he took him down definitively, mounted him immediately, and just dominated first round. He ends up coming back, turning choke, to a few neck cracks that Kamaru did none tapping to. And the second, third, and fourth rounds were all Kamaru. He was absolutely dominating on. And with 56 seconds left in the fight, in the fifth round, Leon lands a head kick from the belt and takes the belt from Kamaru Usman. It's so beautifully timed and placed. There's something to be said about this. Because does anyone remember Leon's last fight where he was nearly knocked out by Nate Diaz in the final minute of their 25-minute main event? He said that was because he got bored. While the fight was playing out following the first round anyway, I thought that was a problem for Leon. I was like, it doesn't look like he's one of the most technical talents in the entire world. But when a fight is really brought to him and the pace is really put on him and the violence is really brought to him, it doesn't seem like he does that all. It appeared like he was folding. And I was like, maybe that's why he's got so many decisions on his record. He's just not a talent fighter, and he does get bored. But last night comes the first man to beat him inside the UFC. He stops his streak, so he'll never surpass Anderson Silva now. Kamaru Usman, 35 years old. There's no way he's going on a 16-fight win streak now. Yeah, man, it couldn't have been. I mean, it could have been more impressive. He could have won more than 2 rounds of the fight. But dude, that was such a beautiful, one of the best, if not the greatest comeback. Certainly the most meaningful comeback in MMA history that I can think of off the top of my head anyways. He's just the second Englishman to ever win a UFC championship. But what I was getting at, Leon was hurt in the final minute of his fight with Nate Diaz because he got bored. Well, I saw boredom out of Kamaru Usman going into this fight, and that's mainly the reason I picked Leon to win. And he showed it. He was saying how he wanted to go up to 205 pounds after this fight, which is a 35-pound jump. He thought he was going to run right through Leon, which he kind of did until, except for the first and fifth rounds. But he thought he was going to do that and then go up to 205. He got bored with his 170-pound division, and he paid dearly. It's funny, Leon gets hurt in the last minute of his 25-minute fight with Nate, and then he KO'd Kamaru Usman to win the belt in the last minute of their 25-minute main event. This is such a beautiful moment in MMA history. After the third round was over, I was like, man, that video I just put out is such a bold prediction. It's about to look so stupid. I was right. I was really the only person probably in the world and Leon Edwards' team that was picking him to win. Like, dude, no one was giving him a shot in this. Dude, look at the race when he fought John Jones. He gave John all he could handle. No one was giving him a chance. Holly Holm, Ron Percy. No one was giving Holly a chance. Fucking Chris Weidman and Anderson Silva. No one was giving Chris Weidman a chance. TJ Dillashaw, no one was giving a chance. All into very sport, pound for pound great, and they looked great. And those, like, Leon Edwards can do that. He is that good. He's good enough to do that. Secure one of the best upsets in the history of the sport. I don't upset because, but a lot of us, 95% of the MMA fans is picking part in that fight. Leon Edwards is a new UFC welterweight champion, And yeah, it was pretty awesome to see. Devastating for Kamaru Usman number. The co-main event between is probably one of the better. Look incredible. His kicks of all kicks, there was 5 wrong kicks to the body, hard wrong to the body on Paulo Costa. And man, Paulo tough as fuck. I'll tell you that. And so is Luke. This is Luke's first loss. This is the 6th loss of his career. Okay, he's got 60. The first time Luke has ever that he didn't get knocked out. He showed incredible. He was exhausted at that first round. He was so fucking tired against one of the most dangerous talents in the sport. And he got knocked out. He got cracked a couple of times, and he almost knocked in the third row. Hard overhands on and backed him up both times. But Paulo's grappling surprised a lot of people. I knew he was a great grappler going into the fight because I watched his season of The Ultimate Fight back in the grappler. Black Brazilian. He's got good grappling. He just doesn't show it. However, I did pick Luke Rockhold to out-grapple him should the fight go to the mat. I didn't think it would. I thought Paulo was going to run right through him and violently knock him out in the first round. It didn't happen. But Luke was just so tired that even when he did get on top, he either lost position, or he couldn't do anything because he was so exhausted. But he looked good other than that. Other than his physical condition, cardio, he looked good. He MMA on this fight. Middle to I really expected it. It's really unfortunate that he got a rematch with him, and instead he got a rematch with Mike Bisping. But nonetheless, he retires after a legendary 22 career. And the last thing I'm going to talk about on here is Jose Aldo. Really, this is the first time in the UFC that he wasn't able to take his opponent down. It didn't matter though, because he still won all 3 rounds of the fight, I believe. I think Jose Aldo might have won the first round and Rob won the second too. Either one of those two. But it was a lot like Aldo's fight with Alexander Volkanovski. Used a lot of cage control time, landed a lot of knees to the legs of Aldo on the fence. Aldo couldn't do anything about it. He did 15 takedowns. He taken on a single time. Rob has never gone over 15 takedowns in any of his fights ever in his career. You know, I know that because he wasn't getting good at it. Except this guy spinning back-fisted. Okay, he's the interim bantamweight champion, and he came in like 15 seconds in his fight to the record controversy to Frankie Saenz, where he 12 times, and he also struck him heavily and lost his decision. That's why Ricky Simone, he took Ricky down 6 times, got taken down 2 times, also struck him. We don't give it. He's not awesome before. Look easy. And at the very end of the only fight you'll ever see get finished in 5 minutes of the 5th round. Ricky Simone had a money beating, and a lot of people think that fight should have went to the cards where Morrell would have won, but it didn't. And he fought a 7-4 that night. Since then, he's won his last 8 straight fights, defeating multi-time world champions in his last 2. And Marlon Moraes picked up his first UFC finish. Jose Aldo. As Dana said, he didn't do it. For that fight. Sterling as the champion, so he's his teammate. I don't blame him for that. He did, however, say he'd like to go 25, and as he is, I wouldn't mind seeing that. He could really do some great things. He could do some great things. He just fucking beat Jose Aldo is coming out. Marlon Vera. That would be great to see. Or if TJ beats Aljamain Sterling in his upcoming fight, maybe Merab could slide in and fight him because he just beat the number 3 guy in the world pretty handily. Yeah, man, the records that Merab Dvalishvili in just 10 UFC fights, just he's got like more than 10 UFC records. It's crazy, and his striking is coming along. He doesn't have jerky like this fight. He wasn't so much. He looked a lot more technical. He looked great, man. To do much. He was kind of baffled by Merab's movement and takedown attack. He was just spammed with like, the entire second and third rounds. It was upsetting to see Jose Aldo. This is my favorite all-time fight. I hate seeing him lose. But, yeah, it was a great night of fight last night. What y'all? I appreciate y'all for watching. Wait, I got a comment here. Beats Nate. Does he have the Edwards Usman trilogy? Yes. Yes. He better have to wait for the Edwards Usman trilogy because it did just be over. I think a fight ought to win off Nate Diaz grants you a title shot lean on. And honestly, when that fight was made, like 3 or 4 months, I was like, what's this? And then as the fight got closer, I was like, you know what? Like, yeah, Hamzat's coming off a win over Go. Give him one more fights. What else could be made? Like, 2-0 as well. He's 2-0 against and he fucking knocked out Gilbert Burns. Who else? Leon. And as closer, I think he's gonna do it. I think he's gonna beat him. And yeah, so Usman was going into his 6th title last night. I think he definitely deserves a trilogy ball. Not to mention, he beat him the first time handily. He was winning this fight until he got knocked off. They're 1-1 against each other. Yeah, the trilogy definitely is that. Get Holmes or have him wait. I'd see him another fight. But yeah, I think he definitely has a trilogy to happen. He is not more deserving of a title than Kamaru Usman. I appreciate you all for watching. Like and subscribe if you liked it. Have a good one.